Hey guys, we're at the Peat Lake Trailhead right now, and 4 miles down this way you'll get to Peat Lake, and in another 7 miles you'll find Spectacle Lake. And this trail actually links up with the Pacific Crest Trail, so if you're on that, maybe Peat Lake might be a good detour, or if you're wanting to hike some of the Pacific Crest Trail, you can do that from here. So depending on the day that you go up to Peat Lake, it can get kind of busy on the trail, but it's usually nowhere near as busy as some of the hikes in the area. And even though it's kind of long, it is very, very flat, so it's a great trail to bring your kids along on.
So one of the great things about hiking at Peat Lake is the trail kind of meanders up the hill really gradually, which means it's great for a first-time backpacker. Also, there's lots of great spots to stop and eat lunch on the side of the trail. There's some cool rock formations that are really smooth. You can just go sit on the rocks and have lunch. If you're into off-trail exploration, there's some awesome rocks to climb just right on the side of the trail. Unfortunately, if you bring a bicycle, you will have to leave it at the halfway point because bikes aren't allowed at the lake.
So right behind me here is Peat Lake, and there's actually a ton of campgrounds here. We spent the night here last night. A lot more campgrounds than you see when you're initially coming in, so feel free to walk along the trail and you'll find some pretty cool campsites. Also, if you continue along the trail, you'll eventually get to Spectacle Lake, which is 7 miles from here. So if you're looking for a multi-day backpacking trip, this is a great first stop.
Because of Peat Lake's large beaches and slow-moving rivers, it's a great place to go fishing, so it's not uncommon to see a lot of people fishing up here. And the trails are quite extensive, so it's easy to get to most beaches, but unfortunately, often you do have to walk through some mucky terrain next to the water. So just in case you're thinking of backpacking or day hiking at Peat Lake, a couple things you should keep in mind. First of all, horses are allowed on the trails. That's great if you're a horse owner. If you're not a horse owner, you kind of want to keep that in mind, firstly because you want to watch where you step, and secondly because you want to be walking slow when you approach a horse so they don't freak out and truck their owner or something. So, just be careful. The other thing is fresh water at the lake. If you're staying the night, it can be kind of tough to find. You can find fresh water on the right below the lake if you're hiking in, or if you walk all the way around the lake to this river here, it's also a great place for fresh water, but personally I wouldn't drink the water straight out of the lake. It's kind of murky and stagnant.
So after you finish up at Peat Lake, if you're feeling hungry, I definitely recommend stopping at The Brick in Roslyn, Washington, which is where they film parts of Northern Exposure. And it is a bar, but they do have a family dining area as well.
Hey, thanks for watching our video. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button.
Look for new videos from us on Thursdays and Mondays, and until then, we'll see you on the trail.